Welcome back.
Today we're traveling from Chiang Mai to Bangkok. And we're really excited about it because our stay in Bangkok is going to be a fairly exciting one for us anyway, because
It's going to be nice.
we are staying at the Meridien for one night.
We are Cory and Wallace, an early retired couple on a full-time journey around the world. With a passion for exploring new cultures, discovering hidden gems, and enjoying delicious local food, we are on a mission to experience as much of the world as we can.
So one thing that we're noticing is that staying at Airbnbs they're not always great. We've proven that in the past. But if you intertwine it with like a stay that you're looking forward to, it actually makes all the little things that annoy you worth it, because then you get comfort on the other side.
Yeah, so we basically treat ourselves every so often after, the longer Airbnb stays. We'll usually do a nice hotel for a little bit just to, reset, refresh ourselves a little bit, have a nice place for a few days, and then do another Airbnb. And we find for us that works quite nicely. And so, yeah, that's what we are going to do. And even better is that not only are we staying at the Le Meridien, but when I checked a couple days ago just to double check my reservations on the Marriott website, we've already been upgraded to one of their, what do they call, a Circle Wellness Club level room, which is like, I guess, an enhanced executive, room that's got like a giant round king bed on a higher floor with better views. So again, that's thanks to the Platinum Elite status that we currently hold with Marriott, which is fantastic. So I'm loving that status is already giving us perks like that. Makes it well worth it, and I'm looking forward to having titanium status by the time we hit some of the even nicer stays when we head towards Oman and maybe even Turkey and beyond. So fingers crossed.
And we loved it in Chiang Mai. Just like Hua Hin, I can't even really describe what we love about Chiang Mai. I don't know if it's a feeling or a vibe or whatever, but it held up to our memory of 7 years ago. Songkran was so much fun.
So much fun.
But even beyond that, just the people are so nice, so kind. The food scene's really good. It's not on the ocean or anything like that, which is what we usually like, but there is just something about Chiang Mai that tends to make you fall in love, and I have never met anybody who says anything different.
Yeah, seems like pretty much every traveler who comes through this area loves Chiang Mai, and we are no exception to that. And on this trip, we didn't even do that many excursions or outings. You've seen now the couple things we did besides Songkran, the Sunday night market. We went out to the Sticky Waterfalls. We left a lot of stuff off the table this time around just because we have been here before and we have done some of the other outings, like Elephant Nature Park. If you want to do an unethical elephant activity, that would be the one we'd recommend. You can do an excursion out to Doi Intanon, the national park, the tallest mountain in Thailand, which is awesome. We didn't do any of that this time around because we've done it in the past and we just wanted to relax, which is exactly what we did.
Yeah, so come along with us and we'll take you along to Bangkok. Made it through security.
Super easy and quick today here in Chiang Mai, which is always awesome.
And now we're going to go find a lounge.
Yeah, we have access to a number of lounges, but we're going to go check out the Thai Airways Royal Orchid Lounge, which our American Express Platinum card gives us access to through the Priority Pass membership.
This lounge is actually really small. There's only like 2 rooms and it's really tiny. It's got a small selection of food, which I'll show you. And yeah, there's not a lot to it, but it's a lot quieter than sitting in the airport, so I'll take it. don't have a lot to eat for me anyway. They do have fresh steam buns and stuff, but there's fresh ice cream, Thai tea, and they have green tea. So I'm gonna try Thai tea. I've never had the ice cream. Not gonna lie, it tastes like Thai iced tea. It's really good.
I feel bad for Cory because the steam buns, they have barbecue pork buns and steamed pork buns, but they also have the golden lava yolk egg yolk buns, which you can see that's just like gooey and delicious, and that's Cory's favorite. She can't have these anymore, and unfortunate because they are really good.
That was really smooth.
Yep, boarding on time. Yeah, overall, Chiang Mai Airport, very efficient, and it looks like we're going to be getting into Bangkok on time, so yay.
And today we're flying with Vietjet, which we flew with in Vietnam, but we've never flown them, haven't flown them in quite a long time. And they're just as smooth as any other airline over here. So
Yeah, for a budget airline, we haven't actually ever had any real issues, no issues with them weighing carry-on bags or anything like that, so they're nowhere near as bad as like Ryanair or EasyJet from what I gather.
to be fair, we haven't flown those, but we've heard a lot of
We've been
stories.
given first-hand accounts of how bad those are, so yeah, I think that's fair. But yeah, so Vietjet, so far, so good. Another smooth flight, and we're now back in Bangkok.
Well, not completely smooth. That was probably the roughest flight we've been on in a while. Just a little turbulent.
Smooth as far as we're landed early. Yeah, tiny bit of turbulence, no big deal. One thing I'm not gonna miss about Chiang Mai, the air quality. It was really bad today and really smoggy. I didn't film any video of it, but I'll pop a picture up on the screen here so you can see. But Bangkok looks a lot better at least. So there's that.
Yeah.
Got our bags, time to meet our ride.
We arranged for a private driver now that we've got Three's name in Bangkok, just to make life a little easier because the Grab it takes forever.
Yeah, it definitely is going to cost us just a little bit more. It wasn't horrible, probably 200 or 300 baht more, so like 8 or 12 bucks. But when we arrived in Bangkok, the Grab stand where you wait for your car, it's crazy, and it was a long lineup to get a car. We figured we'd save ourselves the hassle and save ourselves the wait this time. So, private car, and driver met us outside the terminal, and we're already on our way. We've arrived at our hotel. It took probably close to an hour. Traffic was pretty bad today. So we're gonna go in and get checked in.
I'm actually a little shocked. When we got here, nobody was out here trying to get our bags from the car and like help us up. That's just really unusual because this is supposed to be a more higher end hotel.
The reason we're staying at Le Meridien, it's definitely a bit of a splurge. It is a 5-star hotel in Bangkok, one of the nicest hotels in Bangkok, and normally would be about 230, 240 Canadian per night for the basic, like the cheapest king bed room that they offer. we are going to end up paying about $40 out of pocket because on our credit cards, one of our travel credit cards we have is the Platinum American Express card, and that, for its very hefty annual fee, has a couple of features, one of which includes airport lounges, which we've covered in the past, but also a annual $200 travel credit, which we are using that towards the cost of this hotel stay, because otherwise $240 a night is definitely outside of our normal budget, but $40 is perfectly within our budget, and so we're gonna go stay there and get a really nice experience and take advantage of the lounge access that we'll get, free breakfasts and all that, because we now have Platinum Elite status with Marriott. Okay, welcome to room 2204. This is one of the Circle Wellness Club rooms that we have been upgraded to, which includes the club level access to the lounge and all that, which we're going to show you in a little bit. So just come in, entryway, there's a lot of space here to take off your shoes, and there's the rack for your luggage, and immediately to the left is our bathroom, which is huge. There's a separate shower, as well as a toilet. Oh, sorry. Ooh, I love the snazzy little mirrors that light up. Beautiful looking sink setup. And a bathtub as well, which looks pretty awesome. Got some closet space with bathrobes. And what do we got? Hair dryer. We got a safe, iron, the usual stuff. Looks like we got glassware, and that means this is the mini fridge. And kettle, ooh.
French press.
There's a French press. That's exciting. I'm gonna make use of that. A lot of room here for our bags. One thing with these hotel rooms, I don't know if people like this or not, but you can open that right up and watch someone have a bath or a shower or use the toilet. It's an odd design feature. I'm really not too sold on it, but I guess that's what makes these rooms fancy, so there's that. And of course, as you can see behind me, the highlight of this room is the giant king-sized Circle bed. So I was reading on their website, and this is probably all marketing, but the Circle bed is supposed to enhance sleep or some BS, I'm sure. Don't know how true it is, but you know what? That's a little more firm than I expected, but it's quite comfortable. We got a big TV there. We've got some desk space to do some work at. And it looks like, oh, nice. This is one of I think this is an Illy machine with some of their pods. And these are pretty good. So I'm going to enjoy that later, I'm sure. We've got a little dining table, I guess, with some crispy banana stuffed with sweet tamarind as a little welcome treat. And a very large floor-to-ceiling window. And that is controlled with a switch next to the bed here. So that's kind of cool. Let's open those up. That's pretty neat. And this is cool. So again, this is a room that they gear towards wellness. So they've left some workout equipment, exercise bands, a foam roller, and a yoga mat, which we don't need. We travel with one, so not a big deal for us, but still definitely geared towards health and wellness. One last thing I'm going to note is this round bed is cool. The downside to it, because of the shape of the bed, the nightstand is actually behind the bed there. And I could see how that would be really, really annoying. If you're laying in bed and you're trying to get your phone, you'd better have really long arms because that's going to be a bit of a reach. But anyways.
Okay, definitely the fanciest hotel we've ever been at. And we've been at some like pretty snazzy hotels, but it's just one step above everything that we've had before. The fact that they include like exercise equipment is pretty cool. The bath, I'm gonna enjoy that for sure. But the bellhop, he insisted on, like, they didn't meet us out of the car, but once we got inside, they took our bags and immediately were like, no, you're not allowed to like touch your bags. We'll take it to the room. And he wouldn't even let us help them bring it into the room, which is something new to me.
So we are on level 6, which is where the spa and the fitness center and the pool are. So we're gonna go check that out. There's an onsen here, like a Japanese style spa. I'm sure that's not included for free and has to be booked separately, but just FYI. This gym is awesome and it's quiet, so we're gonna go get changed and come work out in a few minutes.
Months and at the heart of this, the occupied territories. Let's cross over to Alexander.
And the pool's also on the 6th floor. Not a bad looking setup. There's even a bar out here by the pool.
We worked out and finally had a shower and stuff. The shower is amazing and the gym was amazing, and now we're semi-dressed up because we haven't had an excuse to like wear a dress or anything fancy for the whole time that we've been on travel.
And fancy in my case is my one and only polo shirt, so not very fancy.
And my fancy is a sports dress, so it's not really fancy, but I'm not going to sweat through it, so yay.
So we're going to go check out the club lounge now, see what that's about. So we're now down here a little bit after 6 p.m. Actually, I think it's like 6:30 by now. It's just a nice little lounge. You have to actually tap your key card to gain access, so only the club level rooms have access to this, and anyone with Marriott Bonvoy elite status, platinum or higher. And we've put in a drink order, and we're gonna grab a little bit of food. We've gotten a little bit of food. There's not much gluten-free there for Cory, so she's asked the host to go check. I've got like just a little, it's a rice noodle dish with like a seafood gravy, some random, it's penne with a creamy mushroom sauce, and some coq au vin, which is chicken braised in a red wine sauce. I've got some drinks, and I've got a passion fruit. This is a mocktail. Oh, that's sweet. It's passion fruit puree, simple syrup, lime, and soda water, I think.
I think pineapple's in there too.
Oh, pineapple. Yes, there was pineapple in there too. It's very sweet, so not something I drink a lot of, but it's tasty.
As far as gluten-free, there was nothing on the buffet whatsoever. So the hostess is going to ask the chef to make me a dish. So we'll see how that turns out. And I got an Aperol Spritz. This is my first Aperol Spritz. So we'll see. It's very bitter. But maybe I'll get better with time. We'll see. spicy.
All right, well, dinner's done. We didn't film much because we ended up meeting some fellow Canadians and made some new friends, had some dinner, and then just had some drinks in the club lounge there. And now I am on my way out, gonna go check out Patpong Market, which is close by to the hotel. Cory decided not to come. She's enjoying a nice bath in the giant bathtub that's back in our hotel room. So I'm gonna head out and go check this place out. All right, just a short 2-minute walk from the hotel and I found Patpong Market, and it looks like just a couple blocks of night market. Lots of shops, so clothing, souvenirs, you know, watches, handbags, that sort of stuff. And I believe down at the other end there are food vendors as well. So we're gonna go check that out. So it's busy here. Lots of go-go bars and strip clubs along both sides, as well as the market in the middle of the street. And so there's just music blaring. There's not that many people, but it's still pretty early. I think it's about 9:30 right now. So I'm sure it's gonna get busier in the bars as the night goes on. All right, I think that's gonna do it. Patpong Market, honestly, the market part, pretty overpriced, definitely geared towards tourists here. It's fairly busy. It's a Thursday night, so it's not like crazy. It's not a weekend yet, but overall, I don't think it's, if you're skipping Patpong Market, you're not missing much. Only other reason to come here where most of the people are hanging out are the bars and clubs and strip clubs. So if you're into that sort of thing, it's probably a good place to be. But it looks like this area is basically a red light district. So keep that in mind. It's not necessarily family friendly down here. Anyways, that's it for tonight, and we'll pick up the video in the morning when we go down to the buffet restaurant for breakfast. Good morning.
And yeah, good morning. We're gonna go grab some breakfast.
So just a word on this circle bed. It's not great. The bed itself wasn't the issue, but they went ahead and did a rounded shaped blanket or duvet, and that's really awkward when you've got two people in the bed.
I think it would be fine, honestly, if they made it bigger, but it just reaches the edges of both sides. And it's, I can't even like really describe it, because you think, you look at it, it's big, but because at the top it like
narrows it, yeah.
It narrows. Both of us were fighting for blankets.
So as soon as one person rolls over with a blanket, the other person basically has none. So that was really fun last night. But
I mean, first world problems, right? So it's not really a big deal. But
exactly. Anyways, we're gonna go down to the main restaurant and grab some breakfast.
Overall, I would say the buffet is really good. Unfortunately for me, the gluten-free items are a little bit too close to like the regular items, so I can't be certain that people aren't like cross-contaminating by taking different tongs. Although here seems to be, I think that would be less of an issue. People seem to be a lot more respectful and actually using the proper tongs. So I just asked for the chef to make me a simple meal. Not 100% sure that they did it like in a separate area that's clean or anything like that. Part of that's on me. I didn't give them the gluten-free card and like really reiterate how important it was. So, but the actual buffet itself, I would say, is a pretty damn good one.
I would agree with Cory. The breakfast buffet here overall is pretty good. There's a good variety of stuff. There's some Chinese, there's some Japanese, there's Western, lots of fruit juices, smoothies, like fruit juice blends, lots of fresh fruit, salad bar, cold cuts, like omelet station, and a noodle station, like Chinese style noodles. So a very good selection overall. Quality-wise, pretty good, pretty tasty. So yeah, no real complaints on my end. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for our trip back to Bangkok and our stay here at the Méridien Bangkok. We didn't really get up to much today. We worked out in the gym, had breakfast of course as you guys saw, and then this afternoon we went up to the club lounge again, and they were open for refreshments, which was basically just tea, coffee, some snacks, finger sandwiches, that sort of thing. So we just had a light snack there, and we are going to be checking out at 4 o'clock, so that's about an hour from now, and heading back to the Aloft Sukhumvit 11. What do you think of our time here?
I would have to say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a nice long bath. The gym was amazing and really easy to work with because it was so quiet, so working out was a breeze. And yeah, this is just luxury on a different level that I haven't yet experienced until today, so it was really, really nice.
Yeah, definitely agree. Again, this is not the usual hotel we can afford to stay at. We only were able to do it by utilizing a travel credit on one of our credit cards, which helped offset most of the cost, and it was well worth the stay. Also why we really haven't gotten up to much today. We wanted to maximize our time in the room and just make use of these amenities. And anyways, we're going to be heading back over to the Aloft for the next 5 days, and probably not getting up to much because we have been to Bangkok before. We've done most of the big activities, and we just want to chill, catch up on some work, eat some yummy food, and that'll basically be it. So we may or may not film anything further. We shall see.
If you want to check out the Aloft, it's in a different video. I'll link it up here, I think, or there. I'm not sure.
Somewhere.
But yeah, I will put that link in there, and if you care to check that out.
Anyways,
yeah,
that's pretty much it. So thanks very much for joining us here at the Méridien Bangkok. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up to give us a like, and make sure you subscribe.
And until then, we hope that you'll join us in the next video for adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.